All right, good morning, testing. Can everyone hear me? All right. Let me set up my charts. So the idea here today is to kind of be patient. We need to see this play out because if this is a possible bottom, we're in the middle of a big move intraday. And then if it's meant to sell off, we're at a move intraday, right? So that squeeze at the end of the day was almost a 1% move off the lows of SPY. So we're kind of in the middle. Yeah, 0.73. I really expected a gap up today. That's kind of bear. I don't want to say bearish. It'll be very bearish if we just sell off today. Oh, let me mute everything so I don't have feedback. Okay, there's that. Oh, market just opened. And I don't have any of my charts set up. Whoopsie. I wanted to short AMD. I wanted it to be over 550 so I could do a short there. We'll see if it squeezes back up there. Right now it's just bleeding off. Cool if that would all sync up. I would be very surprised if we just immediately sell off. I think there's some sideways range building for the first 30 minutes or so. If Tesla sweeps the low, I might go long. I want to see AMD pop up to like 748 or higher, and then I want to go short. Man, these things are volatile. The Tesla call literally jumped 30% off that spike right there. Try to get a AMD short there, but it didn't fill. That's annoying. It's up 30% going low day. It spiked up there too. It just didn't fill. Robinhood's filling is so bad. Wow, look at that straight knife drop. Wish I would have gotten in on that. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. I need to set up my other charts. All right, I'm going to take one AMD put, 525 at 210. That's a small one. I'm literally just going to grab one. I don't want to size up because it's Friday and I've already made a lot of money this week. So I'm gonna start small. I want to try to get some base hits and get a little bit of money, a little bit of profit on the day, and then I'll size up if I see a better opportunity. But I just bought one at 210, 525, same day expiration. That's just in case everything goes completely south. And then if Tesla sweeps the low, I want to go long on that. I need to watch VIX. I think VIX might be an indicator. That's basin. This is okay. So this is a big deal. So this is a structure zone. Whatever direction it picks, the market's going to go. And it actually tagged above it. So I think the market, if that's to play out perfectly, like the way it should, this means the market should sell off. Okay, so the AMD puts are already up like 20%, guys. AMD puts are up 30%. %40%. You can literally close and be done for the day. So I'm watching VIX, man. Get an eye on the VIX. There we go. QQQ is making a new low. QQQ is showing weakness, but it's not through the mega cap, so that could be a trap, a little trappy trap. Now, if we, man, I'm cold. I have to get a hoodie. AMD closing, selling off like mad, like a madman, up 100%, up 100%, guys. I should have bought more. Hey. I'm gonna let that thing ride in case AMD dies today. That's the YOLO put for the day. And then I'm gonna try to go long on a Tesla. I literally want to see AMD die and then Tesla try to rally on the day. AMD's up over 130%, guys. Literally, you could be done for the day. First 15 minutes of the market. I'm looking for a sweep. Oh, man. QQQ can't drop below this 685, in my opinion. That's very scary. Can somebody watching me on X comment in the the chat just to make sure that the chat's working because I don't see anything. All right, guys. So the one trade we've taken is already up 100%. You could literally sell it, be done for the day. Don't be greedy. Remember, do not size up if you are red on the week. If you're red on, well, you're not red on the day yet. I just made you green. But if you're red on the week, do not size up. Do not trade your P&L. Literally turn it into asterisks. You're not trading your P&L today. You're trading percentage gains. You're just looking for a winner. I just gave you a double. Do not trade your P&L this week if you are red. All right, Aaron, thank you. Again, guys, do not trade your P&L this week. You can see AMD, if you guys don't know, purple zones are demand zones, red zones are supply zones. Gold-ish zones are major zones of whatever it is. If it's below, it's demand. If it's above, it's supply. It's like zoomed out. It's like weekly time frame, monthly time frame, which is a big deal. So when something hits a gold zone, look for a multi-day reversal, not just an intraday. Realistically, QQQ cannot break under the 686 level. I do not want to see that for the bullish thesis. You know, I'm not super bearish down here. I'm open for the market to change my mind. I'm looking for signals. I'm looking for clues. I was very confident at 754. I was very confident at 749. Both of them gave amazing trades, right? Now the mega caps are down 10 to 20%. You know, SpaceX and Tesla alone are down 22%. I posted a video of that this morning. The time to be very bearish was up there. You know, I got a text from a good friend of mine this morning. He's like, "Oh, do we short the pop?" I'm like, you know, now you're bearish. You should have been bearish when I was bearish. Gotta be patient. This is a kind of just watch, observe. Do not size up today. I have a bias for AMD. That doesn't mean the market can't rally and AMD die, right? We've seen that multiple times where a name will do the opposite of what the market does. SPY is trying to hold its ground like QQQ is weakening. My bias, my update, because I gave it to X for free this morning, but the Discord update is, you know, SPY's 4-hour RSI is a very big deal. And then the mega cap chart shows typically where we're at. We at least have a sideways trading range. So I'm going to say that twice. The RSI on the SPY, as long as we can hold it, should. Very interesting. These AMD SPY puts, the gains are being very weird. It made a new low, but the percentage gain did not. So that might be a bullish clue. Anyways, so the 4-hour RSI on SPY is a very big deal on how we closed today at noon o'clock. And then the mega cap chart shows where we typically bounce. We should have a sideways trading range in this area for at least a day to a week. If we just literally melt down from here, guys, that is a very big crash. Like the market's going to crash. Look, in my opinion, that we give up such an important level that I have. If we just give it up after dropping significantly for a week, that is a very big get the fuck out of your long positions. Look for a QQQ sweep here. I'm not looking for, I really don't want to see it go much below this price. I just wanted to see it break below this long enough for all these people to go long to get stopped out because now they're down 50% on their intradays and next week's. These AMD puts are not going up. Like they just dropped another $3 and they're sticking around like 5.10. It should be up like $7 already. Yeah, this QQQ drop is making me think we go long. When we sweep that, I'm going to take a position on QQQ. I'm going to just buy one call to counter the AMD. So if something happens, we can go break even, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Are we going to get the sweep? We might not even get the sweep. I would really think they'd sweep that. Volatility is about to break down. If we see that breakdown, I'm going to go ahead and get that QQQ call. It's trying right now. That's pretty close. I'm going to do it in the money. Man, those things are bloated. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to try not to respond to. Oh, there's the sweep. Let me see. Is it too early? A little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and enter a 688 QQQ call at 255-ish. This might go down a little bit, but I mean, we're already in the money on the AMD, guys. This is half the price of what you could sell your AMD for right now. So max loss is half your money back. Just think of it like that, okay? Let's see. I'm going to wait. I'm looking at some hidden indicators that I can't show you guys. I'm looking for a confirmation of something. AMD's up 200%, guys. From 210 to 743. That's over 200%. Let's get on the 1 minute time frame. What do we do on the 1 minute time frame when we're in a demand zone, guys? I'm going to let this AMD put ride, because even if the market rallies, I think it might struggle. And I want it to counter any call that I go long, because I'm a bearish bias. So we got to be careful here. Yeah, that QQQ put already dropped significantly. It's down 25%. Just be careful. I'm looking for a sweep here. I have a bullish bias, guys. I'm going to buy a Tesla call at 310, 315. 315, same day expiration. It's at 310-ish. What I feel that at? 299. Okay. I have 3 positions open. A QQQ call, a Tesla call, and then an AMD put. The AMD put will pay for right now both of those other positions. I could close the AMD put right now and it'll pay for both of those positions and I would be flat on the day. From 210 to 890 on the AMD, guys. 400%. I'm going to buy another QQQ call down here at 181. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have done that. It's already $3 out of the money. I didn't mean to do that, guys. Whoops. We'll see what happens. I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes. I don't like being $3 out of the money on intradays. Okay, I'm not going to size up anymore. That's my trades until I get a confirmation. It might take till 10:30 for us to get a real confirmation. But ideally, what's going to happen here is you're going to see a squeeze, and the 4-hour RSI on SPY is going to go green, the candle will, which means past the open. Let me zoom out on AMD. See, you're seeing the breakout attempt here. Let me put that up there. VIX is range base. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, AMD is literally going into a gap fill, guys. This could drop all the way to 507, and I think it's going to. This might give us a 1,000% play. I called this. I gave you this trade literally for 10 days. I called the top over here for 18%. I called the bottom down here for 17%, right? 18%, 17%. Now I call the top right here. This is going to drop to 506. This is going to gap fill this. This is going to be 1,000% play. Taken live for free. So far, this is a bullish bait, in my opinion. If we get down to 506, I'm actually going to close this around 512. I'm not going to be fully bearish. I'm going to take that win because that will literally pay for the whole other thing. And I still have this bullish bias to where that's a big drop. What are we down? 3%? Yeah. I'm going to close this AMD put for around 512. I'm not going to let it do a full gap fill. Right now, it's up 500%. You're seeing the Tesla reversal attempt right now. The Tesla call is up 15% right now. The AMD put is up 500%. The latency on Discord, Will, is less than 1 second. I have 20-second delays on X, YouTube, TikTok, and I'm going to be on Kick and Instagram soon. So people can take my trade, but it's very risky for day trades. They can just watch or, they can subscribe. All right, there we go. Up 20% on the Tesla call. Got the reversal attempt on the QQQ, but we're still significantly lower than both purchases. It's down 30%, but it's the smallest position. I'm still bull bias on my hidden indicators for the day. I really want to see AMD get like under 515. I'm going to actually close it around 515, I think, just because we're up big. Currently from 210 on the option price to 1050. It was at 11. Yeah, it should gap fill that. This is a head and shoulders, guys. This could literally go all the way down here to 460. Do you see this head and shoulders filling out? You guys do see that, right? Again, this was to get really bad. It could literally do that. This is a 1-2. That's a wave. Let's see what we got here for extension. Oh, see, look at that. 161 is around the 516. Dang, it's already fucking up. I have this thing about the gold line. Man, that dropped quick. Got the reversal attempt on SPY, QQQ. QQQ is trying to reclaim those levels. I just closed the AMD at 940 for 400% profit. Just because we're close to that 161 and we could see like a wave 4 if it is a wave 4. We could go all the way down. We'll see. That'd be wild. But I feel like they might grind it around here just because the gap feels too easy. With all that profit, I'm going to take another. I'm not going to do QQQ. I'm not going to add to that position. I'm going to take a SPY call. I'm going to do a 737 call at $2 is when that filled. 737 filled at $2. Okay, so my open positions are QQQ call, SPY call, and Tesla calls. So I'm pretty long right now, guys. Just be aware of that. Probably a little too long. Tesla call is up 30%. SPY call is up 14%. You could close both those guys, and you're so in the money today. Don't overtrade. And even better, if I fuck up and I lose, don't blame it on my ass because I'm telling you to get out. I'm being a little greedy, but I have a lot of profit on the week. You guys need to close quick if you do not have profit on the week. If you guys are significantly red on the week, you need to take your wins. I've won more than I lost every day I've streamed in the last 2 weeks. Significantly more. I'm at like 32 trades or 36 trades and like 31 wins in the last 2 weeks. And I've done it all on live stream and the private Discord. All right, QQQ is almost green. SPY call is up 24%. Tesla call is up 30% still. world? Okay, I guess search history disappeared. Literally no news. Okay. AMD with the getting out of AMD was a good call. Are we up $7 so far? Okay, so I don't like some of the stuff that's going on here. I'm going to close the SPY call at 10% profit. Oh, did we just get a spike? All right, I'm closing it. I just closed the SPY call at 220 for 10% profit. Not liking some of the stuff I'm seeing. I'm gonna do a AMD 520. Let me see what that filled at 370. I just got a really bad fill on that. But literally the AMD put that I bought earlier got cut in half. So I just purchased one at 370, 520 AMD. That's to counter the long. Okay, there we go. Now QQQ is waking up. Okay, perfect. I'll take that. Okay, QQQ. Okay, there we go. Sorry, one of my indicators started getting really bearish, and I just wanted to reduce risk to the long side just in case. The AMD put's already down to 280, by the way. So if you got that late, that's really good on your end. Oh, wow, look at that. All right, I might take 2 AMD puts just because that's rallying so hard. Let me do this. Yeah, I would think that gets stuck there. There's no way it fills that gap, but it could. It could go up to 534. Okay, if we go up to 534, there we go. QQQ. I'm gonna redo that SPY call. 737. This is what I was looking for. I just had to get out. I mean, we missed out on 30%, but that's fine. I'm gonna chase this. I just bought it. The 737. I bought it at 284. Let's hope that's not a mistake. And then the two QQQ calls, I'm up 4%. Wait, I'm gonna wait for that white line. Let me see what I bought. But the other one at 252. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting everything we wanted. Squeeze it. There you go. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, VIX new low. Market should squeeze a little bit here. Or will it? Red day on the miners so far. You're seeing absolute resistance at this the 38% retracement on AMD. Be mindful of that. We do have that put as insurance. It's down a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I'm already up significantly on the day. I'm looking for a higher high on this, and I'm going to close half the QQQ calls if I can get one higher candle. Hoping for it. I need to reduce some risk. We're going into that 1030 mark, and I don't like having such a large position. Squeeze it. Come on. Give me 30 cents. I should have did it. AMD puts went almost back to zero at 260. That's wild. Did a good job on closing those. The 737 is up another 10%. That AMD 520 put is almost fully round robin back to 210. It's at 240 right now. My entry is at 370. I'm going to literally hold that just in case. That's my insurance on the upside. QQQ, it's hitting that level that I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and cut my QQQ calls in half just to reduce a little bit of risk because we're hitting that white line. I just closed at 230, 240ish, I think. Let me check. Let me confirm that. 235 for like 10% profit. So I have one QQQ call, one SPY call, Tesla call, and then an AMD put. The SPY call is up 16%. Good job, Alexander. I should have closed the QQQ calls just because they're out of the money. I don't like to play out of the money on Fridays just because they can get swiped and demolished off one candle. If you took that AMD put at a better price than me, you're up on it. It went from 250 to 325 now. You could literally close that. They're really not giving any clues right now. Look for it to try to reverse again off of June's low here at the big drop below. I mean, Peter, you're talking about names that are up 1,000%, man. Go look at something with a better chart. If you're in it, sell a lot of it. You know, you're being greedy by holding something that's up over 1,000%. If you're trying to short it, don't. If you want to buy it, don't. Look for a better chart. Tesla new low of the day. I don't like to see that. QQ call got decimated. The AMD put from 250 to 420. I'm now in the green, up 15%. Oh, okay. Yeah, then, you know, be careful with it. It's probably, I mean, you're in such a good entry. I think you can hold it. Are they really going to? Nah. Really beating up on Tesla. That AMD put is back up to 530. I'm up 43% on it. Literally, it's paying for my calls. Good job, Agni. You can literally be done for the day. You know, you don't have to overtrade. Ideally, you do less than 3 trades a day. Like I should be done, and now I'm risking some stuff. Now my QQQs are underwater. My Tesla's underwater, right? If I would have just walked away, I'd be good. I still think right now I don't have a bearish. The under the hood is still bullish for me, so I think this all sees higher. I'll know. Like I'm looking at two things. If they trigger, then I think we bleed all day. But I think this is all a bear trap until I see this level hit. And if it's the thing is, I don't want to see it go much lower while this holds, because then it's like you take a lot of damage in order to find out. I'm gonna buy 2 more 737 SPY calls. This is gonna be quick though. I just took it. They filled at 258. I'm looking for these to kind of go green, and then I'm gonna sell literally 2/3 of it. All right, I'm closing them. I'm closing 2/3 of those calls I just bought. I just sold them for 2% profit, and I lowered my cost basis of the SPY call. That's a win. Sold them green, lowered the cost basis. So now the other one is up 14% at this level. QQQ is red. I'm not going to add to that just because it's out of the money. And then AMD is my insurance, which is now flat. If the market bleeds off, AMD will sustain the positions I currently have. We'll pay for them. If the market rallies, I will make significantly more than the AMD put, if the AMD even chooses to rally with the market. So right now, I think I'm in a perfect setup. All right, let me go set up my other charts. I literally haven't even been looking at anything today. Whoopsie. Bitcoin is literally rejecting where I warned, guys. Gave the warning. MSTR is kind of at the last leg defense. It broke the ascending support. Now it's at triple support bottom horizontal. Gotta be careful on that one. Let's see. Ooh, if I was not paying attention, actually, that's a pre-market. Okay. If Alibaba reaches pre-market low, I might take some 2027 calls for that, the further out. I'm not going to intraday trade that, but I'm open to trading that for the medium to long term. Okay. I figured Neo would do this sweep. I think 438 is my absolute, like, it's failed. There we go. Go ahead and rip it. If I would have held the other SPY calls, we'd be sitting super pretty. But anyway, SPY call up 30%. The QQQ call up 13%. AMD's getting decimated, which I'm absolutely okay with. I'm going to do something. I'm adding a Tesla call, guys. I'm buying a Tesla call. I'm adding a Tesla call at what's at 190? All right, I added a Tesla call at 190. Hopefully that doesn't do me wrong. I'm a little too long, to be honest, by doing that Tesla call. I probably should have done that. I'm going to close my QQQ call because it's out of the money. Oh, I just did, but it just knifed right there. I may have taken that at a loss. I took it a 3% loss on the QQQ call. My bad, guys. But just because it's out of the money, as I mentioned, and Decay is going to beat it up, I want to see Tesla literally just give us a big pop. Everyone's waiting for it. The little buy. Give it the buy. I shouldn't have. I'm being emotionally connected to Tesla guys rather than trading it as the chart. Like it has not broken above the descending resistance, and I keep adding. That's really bad on me. Right? That's a no-no. We got an hour and 40 minutes to see a pop. We should see a pop in SPY. Ideally, we see a pop in SPY. Yeah, Tesla's getting murked. I'm not adding any more to Tesla because at this point now it's beaten. It's down 54%. It's getting beat up. You can see the white line is the resistance for QQQ. We break above that, trend change. It looks like it wants to. I'm looking at a 686 QQQ call. I'm buying it. 686 at, that was a call, right? Okay. Let me see. Oh, I got a bad fill. Let's see. I filled it 276. It's down to 250. Be careful. I was looking for that breakout right there. They're just dog walking Tesla. Down 2%. That could go green. QQQ is just sitting at that white line, trying to get above it. There's Tesla. Wake up, Betty. The Tesla trade so far is being a loser. Do not add to it anymore. I've already added to it too much. I still have the AMD put as insurance. So if the market does break down, AMD will fill that gap, and then that'll pay for all of these calls. Keep that in mind. So I have a strategy here for why I'm holding a losers. Okay, so if you do not have the same strategy, manage your risk. Okay, I have the AMD put as insurance. I'm okay with just um the 500. I'm just looking for maybe the gap fill or three quarters of the gap fill. I'm not going to sit and try to make a whole move of 500 board. Saying it'll go to 500 is like super greedy. I look for the meat of the move, not the majorities. Okay. Tesla's not playing nice. This entire drop, I'm still seeing my indicators pointing to bullish. We're hitting 1030. So this is where if we're going to reverse, we should reverse in the next 20 minutes. I'm going to purchase another SPY call. I just filled it at 252. Oh, man. Yeah, they are. I this is wild. So they might be taking Tesla to my entire, like my major buy zone. That's wild without reprieve. It's literally here at the edge. Look at that, guys. It should find support here. What level was that? 309. 308 was like my bottom call. That's wild. They might turn and flip this and rip it. Look at that. They're just annihilating it. Yeah, so this is an aggressive selling here. I think we pop out of this 309, 310 area on Tesla. I can't add to my trade because it's losing, but this is a good area to DCA into your long-term margin of safety positions. This is a fair spot. I'll be that would be crazy if we literally just dropped down to 290. I really am finding that hard to believe. And the fact we're even already down here almost, I don't. This is really making me think that the market's actually not going to crash because this is already starting to find its bottom, which is like 280. Okay, now I'm starting to see some weakness in my indicators. That's not good. I prefer not to see that. We'll see what it does here. Essentially, we have an hour and 20 minutes. SPY needs to find some strength into the 12 o'clock 4-hour candle close. Watch the response here on Tesla. I don't know. I just think under 300 is a really good DCA area. We should see it. I would think if the market's going to be bullish, we see a squeeze here. Like this may be the low of the day on Tesla. Like 308, 307, we don't want to see under. That was my buy zone for like a short term bounce that I posted for yesterday. At the very minimum, we should see some type of bounce here, unless the market's going in waterfall crash mode. I haven't gotten a full confirmation of that yet, but it is one of the possibilities here. And if we start seeing it just accept under 308, 307 with ease, then that's probably what's happening. You know, yesterday my original thesis was a bull trap, but we didn't even rally. I thought we would rally. I thought we'd gap up. Rip it, Tesla. Hit this supply and just rejected. Now it's in this demand. Really don't want to see it break low day, or low hourly. Tesla needs to squeeze so he doesn't give chance for people to buy in. QQQ is just grinding lower. It's no bueno. Yeah, that's no bueno. Low of day needs to be in the next like 5 minutes, guys. You hear me? Like this needs to be the low of day essentially. We're starting to get in a position that's not too safe. Okay, there you go. Squeeze it, Tesla. I told you guys at 308, 309. Now this is it. It cannot make a new low from here. So this should also help create a bottom in the market too. I'm gonna buy another SPY. No, maybe not. Let's just wait. Already overtraded. Let me not add anything. I'm gonna let this play out. All right, Tesla. Yeah, SPY has to rally very soon. I'm gonna go ahead and add a SPY call. I'm looking to reduce this SPY call, the SPY call, as soon as I get break even. I just want to get a lower cost basis since we're grinding out in the middle of the day. I'm not looking for 30, 40% profit. I'm looking for reduction as soon as I get profit, as soon as I get green. All right, I sold one at 244. I have 2 left of the SPY calls. They're at 250, 260 now. We're starting to see the rally that I said we needed to see. I'm gonna hold on to this a little bit now that we're green. I sold 1 of 3 SPY calls. Remember, guys, I'm not going to size up today. I'm already green on the week. I'm trying to just make a little bit of money, and I already made 400% on the AMD call. I don't want to size up, especially with Tesla kind of whooping my butt right now. We need to see if we do a full recovery with Tesla, and then we need to see what happens here at noon. If we rally into noon, I think we rally all day. Could be a good weekend, guys. Take your family and friends out to dinner. We need to see this all the way to noon. We need to see this curl. Man, I don't like that at all. Yeah. SPY has to get over 740. And it looks like it's trying, guys. The SPY calls are now up 22% after selling 1 barely in the profit. I'm going to go ahead and sell another one of those SPY calls. That's for 13% profit. All right. I'm done buying. Now I'm just chilling and waiting because I need Tesla to recover so I don't get my butt kicked as bad. Now that final SPY call is up over 38%. Our QQQ calls are down 30% because if it's 686, but if we can get this squeeze back over 686, we should be good. If we can just grind higher, these hourly candles are, we need to close near the high. We don't have to be at the absolute high, but it needs to not look bearish. Something like this is fine. QQQ needs to be a little bit higher. Yeah. This fair value gap. We need to reverse and rally here. I want to see Tesla go red to green today, guys. There we go. QQQ about to make that high and break out this downtrend of the white line. Let's go ahead and update some trends here. Looks like it broke that one. It should shoot up to this blue line right here, 687.40. If we can get that level, that's a pretty bullish occurrence, at least intraday. You guys are very quiet today. What am I doing here? I'm like that. If you guys could, as always, please show some love. I deleted that, didn't I? What? Oh, there we go. I was like, what? So they shadow banned me, by the way, guys. Like when I make a post now, and if I go type in like the hashtag and go to recent, I don't show up on recent posts. So I'm going to really need you guys to help me out here with some interactions and help me with that. I think it's mainly because I post a lot and I guess they don't reward people that post so frequently, even though like all I'm doing is giving updates and it's like quality content. Um, they're trying to counter people engagement farming. So I guess I'm not allowed to post so much. So I'm going to literally try to stop posting so frequently and post like once every 2 hours, which means I have to withhold a lot of information. So just be aware of that. If I can get some interactions and help with that, if you can fight the trend if they all right, come on. Tesla, there's a Head and Shoulders. Once again, guys, Head and Shoulders on the intraday, on the 1 minute, rarely play out. I'm kind of leaning towards Tesla breaching this high. By the way, big level. Let's respect where we broke out of, okay? Or where we're reversing at. So 320 to 308 was my DCA zone. We got right at the bottom of that DCA zone. So if this can hold, this could be a multi-day bottom or the bottom. It can be, which is why you DCA at this level. I have to remind you though, my bias is still bearish on the overview. This is all intraday trading. The only thing I'm confident here that I'm looking at medium term is like Tesla around it, maybe a 10% rally from this 308. It's not even the bottom I'm looking for, but it's a DCA bottom, right? Like you'd be crazy to not buy here. By the way, here's QQQ hitting the blue line that I warned about. We're back to green on the QQQ calls, guys. We are up 68% on our SPY calls, guys. AMD is at 228. We bought it at 210. We sold it at $10. Let's go. You could literally hedge it right now, and you're at the same level that I was earlier today. I still have mine. This is my insurance for the day. Okay. I'm down 29%. My entry is 330. I actually did like a buy and sell with 2 contracts earlier. I didn't announce that because I'm not trying to overtrade you guys. QQ squeezing. We are getting the hourly candle close. I wanted to see if we get another hourly candle close into 12 o'clock. I think we rally all day. Grixie, you should or should not have joined the stream. Because I didn't say short Tesla yesterday. So by you joining the stream, you probably would have been more informed, not less informed. Everyone that's been listening to me is winning. That's a fact. There we go. Squeeze it. Breaking out of the downtrend. Downtrend broken out of on QQQ. Tesla about to try for the high a day. Squeeze it. There we go. Squeeze it. Trap every shorty. This needs to be fast, not slow. Slow grind is a trap. Slow grinds are a trap. They're intraday traps. This needs to be fast. We need to jump all up to like 6.89, and then we need to like churn this $3 range, this fair value gap. Rally up here, churn, or just literally just rock it. But preferably get up above the 6.89 and then churn the last $3. Ski past it, flush all the shorts out and then build structure here. Tesla calls up 100%, guys. Gave a 400% play on AMD, 100% play on SPY. Our QQQ calls are up 20%. New high a day on Tesla, or not high a day, but intra high from the pivot low. I literally said to DCA this major bottom here. You could have literally taken December calls. All right, so this is going to be a clue for me. Did they just sweep this high for a liquidity sweep and then take it all the way back down, or are we blasting through this? It's very bullish if we get up to, like above the 689 level, and then we rebuild the structure in the second hourly candle. It's 11 o'clock right now. So I want to see a little bit of a bust, and then literally 30 minutes of structure building for the hourly candle, and then the other hourly candle end higher. There it is. All right, guys. I'm going to close the SPY call for 100% profit and leave the QQQ. 100% even on the SPY call. Okay. So now we have the Tesla call and the QQQ call. And then I have an AMD short that's currently at 178. My entry, it's down 50%, but that's already made me 400%. And that's once again insurance on the day. So we may have not gotten that high up. Let's see what the hourly candles look like. That's literally what you want to see. Now we should see either a rip higher and squeeze, or we churn lower into the halfway point of this candle to the 50%-ish. The reversal candle volume is higher than the previous candle, showing capitulation volume. Okay, on both. All right, so we're either going to see a literal squeeze here for the next hour straight up, or we churn lower. Is it going to SR flip the blue line? That was resistance previously. Let's see. Tesla just got swept on that, didn't it? I think that's a sweep. Tesla shouldn't just sell off here. I mean, I already closed the SPY calls. The only thing we have now is AMD puts, QQQ calls, and Tesla call. I literally closed the SPY call at the 11 o'clock candle close. We should see a pop here, an attempt for QQQ. Tesla should also try. It's the 12 o'clock candle close that matters to me. This pullback, I literally just said at 11 o'clock should happen. We have one of two options for bullish. We literally just blow past it, or we churn in the middle of the previous hourly candle, build some structure, and then base off of it, and then blow out. My 1030 candle strategy is here. So if we make a higher high here, it should rally all the way to 12. Let's see, this should be around the 61% retracement of Tesla. Tesla's literally basing right now off the 61% intraday. This could immediately be a bottom after they squeezed all the longs. Hmm. Tesla just being a rude girl. All right, so I'm going to go grab breakfast really quick. I will be back. I'm just going to turn off my camera and mute my mic. I will be back in like 5 minutes. In the second half of this, we should see higher high. So expect all this to grind higher. If we revisit the low, like deep past the 78% retracement, then this might be a bull trap. It's all about this next hourly candle close. So bulls are going to try to take this back to the highs. They need to. Essentially, yeah, it's going to take a little bit more than that. All right, be right back. Well, I was about to walk out, and then I saw what just happened to Tesla. So give me a second. Dang. Got to see a squeeze right here, guys. There it is. I warned about it. There it is. Back to the high. Sweet chin music. Look at that. After they literally got all these longs out, they just squeezed it. That's funny. All right, let's see it hold. No, they can't be doing that. That's unacceptable. What are they doing here? Oh, that's funny. Was there news for that, by the way? They're gonna do it again. To be honest, I don't like the fact that Tesla literally just round tripped that. So we'll see what happens. AMD squeezing higher. All right, bear back. Holy Lord, that was a big move. Huh. That was a big move. What was the news that came out, though? SPY is green. QQ was trying. This is a full reversal, though, at least on Tesla. We should see higher. We got to make sure. I don't know what that news was. I'm going to mute my mic and eat, guys, really quick and just watch and try to look. All right, I am back. They are wild boying Tesla. You guys see these swings? Look at that. That is wild. Gotta swing them out. New high of the day. Come on now. Our new intra high. Break this 312. Go ahead. You guys, how I like how I've called this so far? Said, oh, we're going to dump a little bit. Then we're going to rally into noon. If you guys could tweet if I made you guys any money today so I can repost it, that would help me a lot. Yeah. I mean, if we squeeze into 12, I think we grind higher all day. Sorry, excuse me. I'm going to be burpy a little bit. Now, be mindful. Just because I think we grind higher doesn't mean we can't spend 2 hours from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock pulling back and then squeezing at the end of the day. So just be mindful of that. And actually, we could literally top two, just as an example of this, because this move is so strong. I don't know. I wouldn't hold it till we grind higher all day. I would de-risk. I would not be in same days after 12 o'clock, just in case. Man, I chased that and got smoked. My account is currently at high a day, by the way, even with the Tesla losing trade. My trading account is up 29% on the day. Which, given that's literally like my weekly paycheck type stuff, I just take it out every week. Oh, Baba went down to that pre-market low, by the way, at 111. I did not see it because I was downstairs eating. But it was a buy there. 111 to 109, nothing. It's bearish under 109. That was my call. I also called the MSCR at 90. It's up to 92. It's trying to bounce here. Even with the market rallying, AMD starting to break down a little bit. Love to see it. Oh, nice. I got out of that. Remember, I'm holding that position as insurance just in case everything goes the wrong way or just AMD decides to not participate in the rally. Which is possible. Like my bias is we grind higher into 12. I'm really confident in that. I'm not so confident. Like we could grind higher to the rest of the day. We could squeeze. But don't hold me to that and don't position for that. You got to be careful. Let's see what we've done today so far. Man, I trade so much. That's way too many. If we grind higher into the close, I think Tesla goes green. I can tell you it needs to get above like 312 before noon. Otherwise, I'm going to have to sell these 315s at a loss because they're just decaying. To allow under 111 down to like 109 is a good area to buy, but you have to be careful. Given the area, given the area of how much SPY has rallied, I'm not. I'm kind of retracting my statement that I think we grind higher into the close. I don't think that's possible. If it is, then it's very bullish, but I'm a little concerned about that. There's just it's too much of a movement. So like 243 maybe might make it a little harder. Yeah. Two 44. Yeah, I don't think we can get over 245. If we do, then it's very bullish. But I think we're at the risk of topping out between here and 244. Just be mindful of that. But it doesn't mean we can't like drop and then everything else outperform. But I would reduce your risk as we approach 12 o'clock. Maybe get out of the day trades other than AMD. I mean, these Tesla calls are going to crap. They're down 75%, but I'm still at high a day on my portfolio. So what I would like to see is like maybe like a squeeze into the 12 o'clock, and then I'll close the QQQ call, and I'll hold the AMD versus Tesla, is what I'm thinking. You know, they're both down pretty bad and only worth like $200. So if the market picks a direction and either one of them pick up, then it'll pay for the other one and then give more. I'm not going to do any charts requests today. I'm probably going to log off at 12 and just enjoy my weekend. I'm going to go to the gym, get things taken care of. I need to see because like we're in the middle and I can't be making calls, right? I can't make calls in the middle of a move. I need to see how the weekly candle closes, etc. Oh wow, I just was not paying attention and sold something I didn't mean to. That's annoying. Whoopsie. Oh man, how much was that? Oof. All right, we're getting that squeeze. Man, I sold something I didn't mean to. That's annoying. Yeah. I mean, right now you could be taking a position in Baba. You could do Tesla with the 308 as your stop loss. Like, right? Like, so if we sell off today, a close under 308 on Tesla, and I'd get out. We're probably going to sub 300 next week. Okay. If we breach lower days today, we gap down. We have a lower low next week, but I think that low is then a major bottom. Not a major bottom, but a tradable bottom, like a multi-day tradable bottom. If we sell off today, we could trade within a range. Two names that are worthy today as far as a medium to long-term outlook, I think, is Tesla and Baba. And then MSTR a little bit, but you got to be careful because Bitcoin could dump over the weekend and MSTR wake up at 86. You know, and if I really don't think SPY gets over 746. If it gets over 746 and you see like AMD get up to like 550, something like that, then we could see something nice. But be careful. I'm not entirely sold on that. I think we hit this supply zone up here around almost 744, and then it's bulls versus bears, and then the bears have a better reward versus risk. Yeah, I'm looking for that squeeze. What are you doing, Eric? Doing all that unnecessary stuff. Nothing there. Already broke out of that descending. Let's look at QQQ. All right, here's the boss man right here, guys, and we're at it. That's it right there. That's what we're finding resistance at. You guys see this? That's the boss right there. It's QQQ. The name to look at is QQQ. The gatekeeper to higher prices is this breakout, which it's already hit it. But these freaking charts are so crap. Yeah, I think so. My personal opinion, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum is bottom for the year. I think this crash is all navigating around mega caps resetting their valuations because everything else is already at a discounted price. That's not to say Bitcoin can't go back down to 62K. And my entire thesis was 45 to 60K. But I called what I think to be the bottom at 57.2 or 57.7, something like that, like $200 from the bottom. So I'm making an official call, but even if it goes under, you DCA. Because historically, if you go to every bear market of Bitcoin, if you started DCAing in June, you had the cost basis of nearly the bottom of the entire cycle. And I talked about this in June. So if you just start DCAing in June to now to the pullback, etc., I think you're in a very good position if the Bitcoin thesis is to play out. Yeah, see, like Tesla is going back to lows. Like this is not good for the other contracts. They're getting demolished. I'm looking for another squeeze into this 15 minutes, the last 15 minutes. In other words, when we get up above here, 744-ish, You can be bearish below 745, 746. So you could take next Friday SPY puts in the money at like 745s. And if we got above 746, you can close them for maybe a 5, 10% loss. But if we reject and go to low of the day, you'll make 30%. I'm not going to sit here and monitor that trade for you, but I'm giving you an idea. So around 744, you could take, 745 next Friday expirations and then close it above 746. That's 5 to 10% risk for if we go for low a day today, that's like 30%. So it's a 3-to-1 risk to reward. You could do that as a hedge while literally having like a runner to the upside. All right, Alexander. Yeah. And if you're still long, literally the AMD put I'm in right now is at 120. I bought it originally at 210, sold it at $10. I'm back in it at like 330, so I'm down like 70% on it, but it's like equivalent of my Tesla call. So I'm just looking for a directional move on AMD or Tesla to pay for the other one because they're both down. But my portfolio once again is still high of the day, and then I have the QQQ call that if I can just get one more high, I think I'm just going to close it and just call it a day. I've already, entered my BABA and Tesla on my long-term account. And now I don't want to sit here and finick in the middle. Realistically, I might actually take like one single put to the downside on SPY if we can get this pop into the close, just in case. If the index is sell off into the close and Bitcoin holds itself high, I think it sells off over the weekend. And then all miners gap down. Be aware of that. If SPY reclaims 746, Tesla could go red to green. That's an if conditional. Lululemon and Nike just doing it. They're literally just doing it. I've warned about generational buy opportunity. Those are literally names you tell your friends and family to buy. Got this rally, it pulled back literally at the VPOC of that area. What about Lululemon? Oh, look, another little reentry. Around highs, breakout back test. Yeah, buys. Both of these are buys in your long-term account. That's an inverse head and shoulders, by the way. If this plays out, skyrocket. Inverse head and shoulders on the Lululemon chart. Let that play out. They'll go to this gap fill up here above 140. Looking for a possible squeeze in the last 10 minutes here. All spam. Okay. So I'm starting to have the bias that I think they're not going to allow Tesla to have a reprieve, like have a counter trend rally until it's at its actual bottom. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this QQQ call up 80%. It might go higher, but I just don't want to sit here all day. All right, I closed it for 88% at 502. 88% profit at 502. I gave multiple 50% plus moves today. So now the only thing I have and I'm holding is AMD puts and Tesla calls. I'm hoping that one of them pick a direction and pay for the loss of both. Both of them are at a loss right now. So we'll see what happens here. QQQ is trying to close or rally in this last 5 minutes that I warned about. AMD's rallying, but Tesla's not. That's cool. I'll talk about that Monday. Yeah. I got to see how the day ends to be able to say, oh, I would buy Monday morning. There's the little bit of a rally right into 12 o'clock. All right, guys, be aware, bearish below SPY 745. So we can go lower from here. AMD should find a rejection around this 538 level. I'm bearish below SPY 744, 745, where you're at the descending resistance in order for us to grind the rest of the day. So the RSI on the 4 hour of SPY says we grind the rest of the day to be bullish, but it doesn't mean we have to. We're all approaching resistances. So in order for the market to rally, I think AMD has to start accepting over 540. You have to have the QQQ breakout, and you have to have SPY start getting above like 744, 745. Until then, all of this is starting to develop resistance. And that's it. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I'll probably circle back with some tweets at the end of the day or midday. We'll see, and then do some charts, posting stuff. But other than that, I'm done streaming for the day. Hopefully, I made you guys some money. Be careful in the second half of this day. Do not let your positions go red. Do not revenge trade. If you're red on the week, be very careful. Close all your positions if you're red on the week, to be honest, if you're day trading. All right, guys, have a good day. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend.